So we have understood inserting the data, fetching the data. So let us understand deleting the data. Later we'll understand the updating the data. So let me create a new class. So for deleting object also the same thing is required. Entity manager factory and entity manager, and here transaction is also required. Why? Because we are modifying the data here. That is we are modifying the DB. Okay, or editable. So deleting means it comes under database modification. Whenever if you see database modification, you have to remember you have to use entity manager transaction also, sorry, entity transaction also. So let me copy this, and now we need to delete a data. So which data we need to delete? Okay, do we need to delete all the data, or do we need to delete a particular data? So as after we'll understand deleting a particular data. Okay, so you can do by understanding the deleting one data, you can do deleting multiple data also. Okay, but we it will take some time to explain about that. So we will discuss that in later sessions. So let us understand deleting one data. So I want to delete tester in this table. So the ID is nothing but 3. So first what I will do, I'll fetch this object. So in the database I am having the ID 3. I'll fetch this data and I'll give this object to the remove method. So what it will do, it will remove this data entire row in the table. Entity manager dot find. So which data? Sorry, employee class, right? Employee dot class, and which data I need to delete? I think the row 3. That is nothing but ID having 3. So it will return the employee object. So now we got the object. Okay. So now what I will do, I will pass this object to a method called remove method. What that remove method will do? The remove method will helps to remove the data in the remove the object in the table. Okay, here it is a object means one object. As I said, here it's a row. So, and assume that if I am deleting an object means or removing an object means you are removing a data in the table. So, entity manage, sorry, transaction, first we need to begin the transaction dot begin, and after that entity manager I'll be using a method called remove method which will accept an object. Which object we are removing here? Employee object. And what this remove method will do means you have entered one employee object, so it will check whether this object is in persistent state or not. Okay, that persistent state I will explain in persistence life cycle. So assume that it will check the ID. So the employee is having ID, right? The ID is nothing but 3 here. So whether this 3 is present in this table or not, this object is present in not. This remove method is also checks majorly the ID only. Okay, but majorly we will pass employee object. So if you pass the object, it will check the entire data and it will remove the data. So let me pass here transaction dot commit. Okay, we are removing the data and we are committing the data. And at last I'll print data deleted. So let me run this. So our object has been removed. Let us check in the database here. If you observe here, delete query is also written. So first we have used select query find by ID. So find by ID method select query, remove method delete query executed. So our data deleted it is showing. Let us check. If you refresh here, so we don't have the data here. Okay. So this is about remove method.